basically just it's just a multi. Look how crazy it is, guys. Look at the height, man. Oh my god, like it went from 5 feet to now what we have over here. This is what you can do with doing underpinning. So guys, always consider underpinning, always consider that part of your design. It makes a huge difference. I can't do it. I can't, brother, I can't do it. I'm sorry to talk over you. I can't do it. That's my budget. I can't do it. All right, so we're back at it again with another Laneway suite that's going in. Previously, we were not at this stage, but we are now. Very tight space, right? So this used to be a garage, similar to the garage over here on the right side. We demolished the structure. It was exactly the same as this. And we put the footings, foundations, everything was all done. So here, similar to what you guys have seen in the past, this has a little bit of a cantilever happening over here. It's going to be spray foamed. This is just to give us a little bit more space in the air. We're buying more real estate in the air. That's what it is. What we've done here, guys, is we've also ran the services. So you'll notice inside the hydro is going right there, the conduit. We've already ran the drains, the water supply, and the gas. This is going to have a gas stove, gas heat pump system, gas hot water tank. Those lines have already been ran here. Kind of partially see them. We have another team coming in. They're going to bury this before it gets too cold. They were supposed to be here today, actually. I'm going to follow up to see where they are. This is all going to get buried, and they're going to start working inside the home. That's the next steps. And these boys up here are basically going to try to finish as much as they can with respect to framing over the next day or two. Now let's go to the basement, and we can go there first and kind of show you guys quickly what's happening here. So because of the underpinning, we gained a lot of height. So this is a self-contained unit. It's got its own heat pump system that's going to get installed, right? So you can see all this stuff here. Hot lights are in. We're going to kind of patch some of these holes. Basically, it's ready for the finishing. There's guys here that are already working, so we're going to get the ball rolling here. So we've got a bedroom in the back here. We've ordered a meter for the water meter from Toronto Water Services. They're going to give it to us next week. Basically, everything is just patchwork, painting, just kind of like the finishing. We've already got 2 guys working here and 2 more guys starting next week. Look how crazy it is, guys. Look at the height, man. Oh my god, like it went from 5 feet to now what we have over here. This is what you can do with doing underpinning. So guys, always consider underpinning, always consider that part of your design. It makes a huge difference. The potential rent is going to be a lot more as well. Like look at the space, look at how bright and spacious it looks versus the other home we're in just now. It was like a cave. So here, this is a studio unit. You just got a kind of the living space, the kitchen, the laundry, a 3-piece bathroom. Very compact, very, and you can see inside here as well, we've got all the insulation for the fire separation. We're in the same building, we're at the 2nd floor, and the 2nd floor is consisting of 1 unit entirely. So the basement and the 2nd floor have big units, very spacious as you guys can see. A lot of natural light coming in from there. This is basically coming to completion. Let's go inside and have a peek. This is going to be a 4+1. So 4 units in the main structure, 1 unit in the back in the garden suite. The electrician should be here today. The HVAC guys are here as well. Let me see what's going on. Okay. No, actually, I don't see the electricians. So we just connected the services here in terms of the hydro services. They were connected just on Friday, actually. So I need to call the electrician to make sure he comes in and just deals with everything he's got to do. So this is a pretty nice project because usually we go with the ductless and we have just those inverter systems that we put on the wall, but this feels more like a normal home with this heat pump. You can see the tight spaces, kind of value engineering everything, right? Just to make sure that everything fits. So now this will take us to the 2nd unit. So it's got its own little mechanical room here.
HRV gives you the fresh air intake that you don't get in new homes anymore. Now the more airtight, the better insulation, better vapor barrier. The house doesn't breathe as well as older homes did. Older homes breathe because they aren't insulated properly. So now you get more of the same air just being recircled through the house. So in the winter, people get sick.
Yeah.
The cold stays in the house, so it brings in fresh air, gives fresh air intake, and removes the old air. It also helps with like humidity, your floors and stuff like that. Your doors, they start to swell in the summer from the moisture. So you turn down your HRV, bring less air into the house, but in the winter you turn it back up to give yourself some room.
It's another prime example of a design flaw that was done, and now we're having to change it after the fact, basically. So let's go into the basement, same property. As you guys see when we're walking to the basement, the ductwork that's being ran here, now look at this, look at my height, look at me. This doesn't work. This is definitely not safe. This doesn't comply with OBC. So we're coming down here and we're basically This ductwork is supplying the venting hot and cold for the bathroom, the small little powder room, but we can easily supplement that with a radiant for basically, and that's all we really need. We don't need to run this here. So we're gonna be eliminating this so we can gain the height back, all this height. This is a lot. But here you can see it's very tight. Like I'm 6'2", 6'3"-ish, whatever I am, and this is pretty close, right? So you can see this is not underpinned. The client chose not to do any underpinning here, so we're just barely flying through and getting this thing done, basically. Highly urge, people like that, if you're watching this video, I would highly urge you to consider underpinning like we saw at the other project, because it gives you a lot more headroom. It also gives you, I would say in my mind, a better valuation for a better tenant you're gonna get. No one wants to really live in a height space like this. This is like a little cave. People want to live in a more airy spot, and you're going to get that with underpinning, which does add a little bit of cost, but you attract a better tenant that's going to pay more. So you'll make that money back in the long run. Basically, you can walk inside here. The door is going to be installed here. As you walk in, we're going to have the bathroom and whatnot over on that side. And we have to install this insulation, rigid insulation on the floors. Make sure that it doesn't get too cold. This helps with a little bit of the cold and dampness. And then the flooring is going to go on top of this rigid insulation. We're probably going to be increasing the height a little bit here because the height's kind of low. This is over-engineered. This is not part of the plan. We had to kind of come back and structurally reinforce the structure to make it stronger, and that's why we added all these numbers. We're going to try to see if we can raise this up just by a couple of inches so we can get some more height in this basement. Hey guys, we're back at Davenport Village. We've got our project over here where we're going to be doing some backfill. There's a little bit of backfill that remains over there in that one section. Last time we were here, we were doing the foundations. The foundations, of course, you guys can see is all done, fully completed. We've got some gravel in the basement. We're getting lumber delivery here. Lumber and metal delivery is going to be framed with metal heavy gauge studs. Arriving this week. We're going to start the framing probably Monday next week. Okay, so there's gonna be no garage here. This is gonna consist of 4 units. There's a permit out for the garden suite as well in the back. We're 600 square feet on the ground, 600 square feet on the second floor, but we're not gonna avail the garden suite for now. The clients have decided to hold off. They're just gonna go with 1 unit in the basement with its own entrance, 1 unit on the main floor, second floor, third floor. It's gonna be a 3-story building that's gonna be built over here. We're anticipating to complete the framing of the structure before the end of the year. So I would say just before Christmas or just after Christmas, we're gonna finish the structure here. The basement's gonna be finished at about, after the concrete slab is poured, about maybe 9.5 feet roughly, give or take. So it's a pretty tall basement. A lot of open windows you'll see from the side. All these windows we've kind of cut out here in the concrete. So it's gonna shed a lot of natural light coming inside this property. So it's gonna be a very nice, very spacious, very roomy, very modern looking basement. It won't feel like a basement when you're in there because 9.5 feet with all those windows. Guys, we're back at our duplex project, which now converted into a triplex. We just got permits to convert this into a triplex. So that's amazing. It's good news for the clients. You'll see the exterior facade. We've also completed the stucco. It looks gorgeous. Previously, it was all rotten stucco. We removed all the old stucco, replaced the exterior sheeting that was really in bad condition and installed new sheeting. Did the nice stucco, nice smooth finish. Looks amazing, guys. Let's go inside. The basement, by the way, has a really good high ceilings. Didn't really require any underpinning, so that's really good for us. We've got a couple of teams working here. They're starting the process with drywall, but before we do drywall, there's a lot of stuff we got to do beforehand. We've got our colleague here, Emmanuel, who's working on all the. How are you, brother? Amazing, man. So he's installing all these, these metal channels here, metal bars. He's gonna make sure that everything is straight and smooth before we go and put in the drywall. So that way the drywall, when it's finished, it looks nicer. You wanna make sure things are smooth, things are leveled. We're gonna put a little box over here as well. As you can see, ERV in the bathroom, that's just part of the design. So we're gonna run the drop ceiling here and do the drywall as soon as that's done.
This is dense glass. We use this for any wet areas, bathrooms, laundry rooms, anywhere where you can get mold from any kind of damp conditions. So this is used in lieu of drywall. Same idea, but it protects from any kind of future problems.
We're now on the second floor of this property, which is going to be a separate unit. It's got its own entrance from the front. When you come into the front door, there's one passageway that leads up to here, to this unit. This is one unit. Here, we're gonna have, you guys can see up here, we've sistered the joists. This is basically the trusses. Truss has been reinforced, sistered to make it stronger. So you'll see the new wood attached next to the old wood, and it runs all the way from left to right to carry the load and to make it stronger. The existing structure was strong, but we had to over-engineer to make it even stronger. What the boys over here, they're doing is they're just basically carefully removing all the nails. As you can see with the hammer, He's removing all the nails so that when you install the drywall, everything is smooth. You don't want to be installing drywall on top of these garbage nails that are still sitting there, right? So look at all those nails. They're all going to come out right now. They've been spending some time here to kind of carefully remove, carefully cut all the edges. Look at all these sharp edges right here, right? We can't install drywall with this thing sticking out. That's going to be cut off. These are tight spaces we're working with, where customers are not getting underpinning. They're saving on the cost. And,
Yep.
So if we did underpinning here, guys, again, we'd have a lot more height.
Yeah.
You'll see, look at the height now. Look at the ductwork here. So this is not the most desirable unit you're creating here in the basement by not doing an underpinning. That's why, again, we always encourage clients to get underpinning. Imagine having 8 feet here in the basement with bigger windows. It's a much better sell. This just looks like it's going to be new, it's going to be nice, but it's not the same as doing an underpinning. Underpinning makes it like a brand new basement. So what happens is when the team doesn't evolve, when you give them feedback, constructive criticisms, and give them feedbacks on how they can do their job better, we want perfection here at Plexcon Construction. If you keep making the same mistake again and again, and you're a subcontractor, unfortunately, at a certain point, we're going to have to, pull the plug and say, guys, we can't work with you. So here, I've noticed some items here that we're, because we look at quality control, it's really important for us here at Plexcon. Me and Connor saw a couple of things here in the basement that shouldn't have been done the way they were done. They're just going to be pulled out now, and some other people are going to be brought in to finish the job, basically. So you can only give so many chances. You want to have the drive, if you want to work with Plexcon, to kind of, take the initiative to find problems before they happen and just do everything the way it's supposed to be done. Do it right. Do you have anything to add?
If you don't take pride in your work, then it's very difficult to back and continue to work with somebody who doesn't satisfy the needs of the customer.
Love it. That's what I like. And I've also got this pet peeve that it just kind of bothers me when you just keep repeating the same thing again and again and they're not getting it. Need to call the caulking guy?
I still would, because you have all your stuff that you've added now.
Okay. I'd add him just to see if there's anything small that he sees, right? And there's a little bit of a hole over there where the pipes are coming out of. Just go around, I guess, the property and see if you can find anything.
Well, just with the existing windows too.
They decided to keep it, yeah.
It's just more like the caulking just gives you that little bit of surety that if it leaks, it's the window now.
Yes.
Whereas, is it the leak because it was no caulking, or was it leak because of something else that was done?
Exactly. Because when you're doing new windows, it's really important, guys, to do caulking, because if you don't do proper caulking, especially with a snowfall, it's going to sit on the ledge, water can penetrate, it can cause damage to your property, to your investment, damage to your insulation, damage to your trim potentially, or worse, right? So it's very important every step of the way. You got to be very detailed and looking at every little detail. It's just, you can't skip a beat. You got to get everything. It's your old windows.
Part of the suggestion was putting in new ones. You chose not to go that route, and unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why we suggest.
So, for you guys out there, maybe you're going to be calling us. You've already called us. If you guys are thinking of keeping the old windows to try to save on cost, as me and Connor were just discussing, the problem with that is that, okay, we'll caulk around the old windows, obviously, to do our due diligence to make sure that you guys are over-engineered and protected. But if you still get leaks in through your window, we'll have to let you know, unfortunately, sir, ma'am, that we did everything we could. It's your old windows that are just causing the leakage into your property. So when you're doing a renovation like the renovations that you've seen at Plexcon, a lot of the times clients decide to keep the old windows, but we encourage the clients on our end to change the windows, so it's not a reflection on Plexcon to keep the old windows. We always encourage changing windows. We always encourage underpinning. It's just the client's budget, and certain clients just have budgetary constraints and they can't really do the underpinning. They cannot really change the windows. It's just they're capped. But our job is just to kind of educate you guys, the viewers that are watching the video, that hey, if you've got the budget, don't cheap out, do the windows. It's a great investment to your property. You'll appraise higher if you're looking to do an appraisal at the end. It just much better job.
Do it right or do it twice.
There we go. Do it right, do it twice. Love it. Guys, we're off to go for a little bit of a shopping right now. We're not going to hold Renfrew. We're going to Mark's Work Warehouse. It's getting cold. The weather's getting chilly, so gotta pick up some winter gear here just to kind of keep warm and fuzzy, making sure that I don't catch a cold. Yes, we're here. Let's go inside Mark's Work Warehouse and let's get some gear, winter gear. Okay. So. Connor, what do you recommend, man? What's good?
Warm.
You have to do is you have to invest in yourself. That's why I'm here in Mark's Work Warehouse. Investing in myself and getting the right gear that's basically within the right budget, and also just is functional. This is very functional stuff that you can buy, your functional attire for the work. You don't need to go splurge when you have a little bit of money. You still want to be a little bit frugal with it. You want to make sure that you save for a rainy day, and always budget. Budget really key. That's how it's going to be for anyone that's looking to get successful in life. If you're just going to go, let's just say you get a paycheck, you spend the entire paycheck, you're going to have those savings. You want to learn how to save. You want to learn how to control that and then maybe make wiser investments. Maybe one day, one of you guys that are watching this video might be doing a multiplex themselves. So how you do multiplex is by saving. Every day you're saving a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there. So I've got some good jackets over here. This looks pretty good, you know, so I don't know, maybe I'll get this one. What do you think?
I have to get someone else that does the drywall then, man. I mean, I think at this point you can finish the framing and I have to find another drywall guy, unfortunately. And no, obviously we're talking just straight business, right? So I'm gonna have to find someone else to finish the drywall and taping for me then. Because if they're gonna charge me, you may as well pull them off and bill me for whatever they did. You can bill me. I can't do it. I can't, brother. I can't do it. I'm sorry to talk over you. I can't do it. That's my budget. I can't do it. So if you cannot deliver, I'm sorry, Emmanuel. I will not. Unfortunately, I cannot continue.
No, I can do it, man. I can do it.
Okay, if you can do it, I'm good. But if you're gonna charge me extra, brother, unfortunately, with respect, obviously to you, right? I'm gonna have to pay you for what you did, and then I have to say bye-bye. See you later. Right?
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
Right.
So let me know what you want to do. If you want to charge me, then it's gonna be we're gonna just finish what you're doing, and we can part ways. If you want to not charge me and do it, then we can continue. Up to you.
Look, I'm gonna do it because we didn't talk about it.
Thank you, brother.
Before.
Thank you, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. An idiot.
I've never heard of a drywall
Never heard
guy.
of that.
No.
You guys heard that, right? So basically, this guy's
I've never heard of a drywall guy that doesn't do corner
No,
bead.
I've never heard. You don't get a separate guy to do corner bead. Come on, bro.
No, there's no corner bead trade.
No, it's a drywall guy that does the corner beads and whatnot.
There's no corner bead union.
So he's trying to hustle me for some extra money. So you guys see, right, what's going on here. The guy's trying to hustle us for extra money, but come on. If they charge us more, then we're going to charge the clients more.
Well,
we're fighting every day for the clients.
Well, to say, oh, it was in the contract about the corner beads or we didn't discuss corners, you're right, because it's not a part of the discussion.
Yeah.
It's a drywall unit, a tapers unit. There's no corner bead unit.
Exactly. The drywaller has to finish the corner bead. If he doesn't finish the corner bead, how is he going to complete the job?
Tapers don't do it.
Yeah. Taper's not going to do it.
It's not some random third person that comes in between the two of them.
No, exactly. So this is the battles, guys, that we have to fight at PlexCon for you as a client. When you're sitting at home, we're fighting the battles on the ground. We're there 7 a.m. every day to make sure that your jobs are getting done on time and on budget. So give us a call for your next renovation and next top up. We're at another project here, back to back. It doesn't stop, right? The fun doesn't stop. PlexCon doesn't play around. We just keep going. And you know, we haven't even gone to all the job sites yet. So here, this is a semi-detached project. It used to be a single family dwelling. We've got the permits already for a triplex. So it's going to be 3 units, one in the basement, one on the ground, one on the second floor. We've already gone through that before. Let's pause for a second. So you see now, right? This is good lumber.
Yeah.
You've seen it here, you've seen it there.
It can't be tossed, no.
It can't be tossed. So these guys have to kind of secure this and take it over to a site that can be utilized because this is money in the bank. So the basement, going into the basement, now there's a little bit of an issue. Obviously this is existing, but you see the height, right?
Yeah.
So they told us to cut this basically with a saw, cut it down. So I'm gonna talk to the guy right now and ask him to cut it.
Oh, yeah.
They started the drywall, the corner beater's in the basement. Yes. Hey, how are you guys? It's nice, you're doing drywall, nice. Okay, good, thank you. Here in the basement, we've started the drywall at this other project. Upstairs, they're doing some demolition, so we're not gonna go upstairs because I don't have the mask today. So we're just gonna be down here. 5/8 drywall Type-X is going in. Fire rated insulation and resilient channels are already installed from before. I don't know why the heck they're making this box the way they made it, but they have to obviously adjust this box. This is not the correct way. So this is going to be adjusted. This is obviously crazy. We're losing a lot of space. It's going to be a step up. That's what I want them to do. So where I want them to kind of, build a smaller box on this side, and then I'm going to have them build this one here, and then go up, and then make a little step, and then go up and continue. Because look at what they did over here, man, Connor. This is a waste. This is it's like a chair they're trying to build a chair.
Bed.
You know, this is a bunk bed, exactly. So yeah, they gotta just kind of go build a box here. It's fine. So build some, just go up, go down, something like that. It's another prime example. Today we've had a lot of these examples at a lot of these job sites. No underpinning. Again, when you don't do underpinning, I'm sounding like a broken record, but look at this. You're not getting the same desirable finish that you would get with the house that has the large, tall basements. And in our next video, we're going to take you to some basements that are massive, that are a different level with underpinning. We've shown you them in the past, but you can see it here now. Look at the scale. Connor standing over there and look at the ceiling, right? So again, this is legal. Not to say that it's not legal. It meets within the code, but it just doesn't, just doesn't, like, you know, you're not going to get that valuation in this home. So upstairs, so what's happening upstairs is basically upstairs right now the guys are clearing up the tiles on the floors. They're removing the tiles. They're removing the any kind of like baseboards that are left over. They're removing any kind of old vinyl flooring. I told them to get rid of that, clean it up nicely before the drywall guys get up there. So they're doing that right now as we speak.